Hello students, in today's session we will learn about the deduction under section 80. So here the income of an SSC is computed after considering 5 heads of income. So what are these 5 heads of income? So they are income from salaries, income from house properties, income from business or profession, capital gain or income from other source income. So total of these 5 heads of income is known as gross total income. So income of an SSC is computed. So the total income is computed after adding 5 heads of income. So these total 5 heads of income is known as gross total income. So from the gross total income, an SSC can claim a deduction under section 80. From gross total income, he can claim a deduction under section 80. So for the certain payments, contribution or expenses made by an SSC. So if he has made any payments like LIC premium or any investment contributions or expenses, then he can claim a deduction under section 80. This deduction is claimed in order to reduce the total income. So when he reduces the total income, then his tax liability will be lesser. When he reduces the total income, then on this total income he has to pay a tax. So when the total income is reduces, his tax also reduces. So he can reduce his tax liability by giving deduction under section 80. So that is one of a benefit given to the taxpayers. So no deduction is allowed in respect of long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain at 15% and casual income such as winning from lotteries, crossword puzzles, horse races, card game. On these incomes, there is no deduction is allowed. So if GTA is positive, if the gross total income here, if GTA is positive, then he can claim a deduction under section 80. If GTA itself negative, then there is no need to claim a deduction under section 80 because the taxable income is less negative, then no need to give a deduction. So if GTA is positive, deduction is available. If GTA is negative, deduction is not available. So this deduction under section 80 can be claimed from 80C to 80U. So from section 80C to section 80U, he can claim a deduction, individual or HF. So it is claimed by a individual and HF. So here no double deduction is available in any one of the sections. So from 80C to 80U, the SSC, the individual and HF, they cannot claim a deduction in two sections. For the same amount, he cannot claim a deductions in the two sections. So that is no double deduction. Next, deduction can be claimed only if it is filed in ITR. So if the contributions, payment or expenses is filed in ITR, then only he can claim a deductions. Means if it is included in the taxable amount, then he can claim a deduction for those investments. On actual payment basis, deduction can be claimed. So when there is a actual payment, then he can claim a deduction based on actual payment. Under deduction under section 80, the first deduction is 80C. So this deduction is available to the individual and HUF. So maximum limit of the deduction is 1,50,000 and this deduction is allowed for various investment expenses and payment made by an individual and HUF. So under that first point is LIC premium paid. So this if an individual or HUF has paid any premium, LIC premium, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C. So in case of individual, there is a condition. In case of individual, the LIC premium should be paid for the self, means the individual, or maybe for the spouse, his wife and child. So in case of individual, the LIC premium policy should be taken for self or spouse or child. Child means here the maybe natural child, adopted child, stepchild, surrogate child, minor or major child, employed or unemployed child, married or unmarried daughter or daughters or sons. In case of HUF, the policy is taken for any member of his family and premium paid, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C. So premium paid by an individual for policy of father, mother, brother, sister and in-laws are not allowed for deduction under section 80C. So for the father, mother, brother, sister and in-laws, they cannot claim a deduction under section 80C. Only self, spouse and child. In case of HUF, family member of HUF. but they cannot claim deduction for father, mother, brother, sister and in-laws. So there is a condition for the LIC premium policy. So if first one is, if it is issued before 1/4/2012, if the policy, life insurance policy is issued before 1/4/2012 year, then we can take LIC premium what they paid, or 20% of policy amount, whichever is less, we have to take as a deduction under section 80C. If the policy is issued after 1/4/2012, then LIC premium or 10% of policy amount, means after 1/4/2012 means at present LIC premium or 10% of policy amount, whichever is less, we have to take as a deduction under section 80C. If the policy is issued after 1/4/2013 and the policy taken for the insured is a disabled person, then they can claim a deduction of up to 15%, that is LIC premium or 15% amount, whichever is less, they can claim under section 80C. Next note, premium should be paid for minimum 2 years. So here to claim a reduction under section 80, the premium should be paid minimum of 2 years, they have to pay a premium, then they can claim a reduction under section 80C. If an individual discontinues policy before 2 years, means if an individual pays in the first year premium is paid, in the second year he discontinues the premium payment, then no deduction is allowed. So for the first year claimed deduction, in the first year he paid the premium and claimed the deduction, and in the second year he discontinued, then the first year claimed deduction will be treated as a deemed income of an assessee for the year in which policy is discontinued. In the year of discontinuance, he has to add the claimed deduction in the previous year what he claimed as a deduction under section 80C, that amount is treated as a deemed income, because in the next year he has not paid the insurance premium. Second point under deduction under section 80C is contribution to RPF, recognized provident fund, statutory provident fund, public provident fund and superannuation provident fund. If an individual or HF contribute to RPF, SPF, PPF and superannuation provident fund, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C. Only employees' contribution can be deductible. Employer contributions is not deductible. Only employees' contribution we have to deduct under 80C. Employer contribution is not deductible. Next, URPF contribution is not deductible. Only RPF, SPF, PPF and superannuation provident fund can be deductible, but URPF contribution is not deductible. And one more point is interest accrued on all provident fund is not deductible. Interest accrued on any RPF, SPF, PPF, superannuation provident fund and URPF provident fund, URPF means unrecognized provident fund, also not deductible. So interest accrued is not deductible here. Only employees contribution can be deductible under section 80C. Employer contribution is not deductible. Next, third point is contribution to unit linked insurance plan, ULIP of UTI, Unit Trust of India, or ULIP of LIC mutual fund, Dhanaraksha plan of LIC mutual fund. This can be if an individual contribute to ULIP plan of mutual fund, then he can claim a deduction under section 80C. Any sum paid to NSC 8 and 9 issue and deposit in Sukanya Samriddhi account and interest accrued thereon is eligible for deduction under section 80. So if an individual invest on NSC 8 and 9 issue and deposit in Sukanya Samriddhi account, they can claim a deduction under section 80, and interest accrued also can be claimed eligible for deduction. So in the previous for the mutual fund, interest accrued is not deductible, but in case of NSC 8 and 9 issues, we can claim a reduction for the interest accrued as well. Next, fifth point is deposit in 5-year post office time deposit account. Post office time deposit 5-year condition is there. Deposit in 5-year time deposit can be claimed as a deduction. Post office time deposit can be deductible. Post office saving deposit is not eligible for deduction. Only time deposit, that is also 5-year time deposit, can be deductible. saving deposit is not deductible. Next, sixth point is deposit in post office under senior citizen savings scheme under SCSS can be claimed under deduction. If an individual deposit for the senior citizen savings scheme in post office, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C. Payment to notified annuity plan of LIC. So if an individual make payment to the annuity plan of LIC, then those payment can be deductible under section 80C. Next, eighth one is sum deducted from salary payable to government servant for deferred annuity of his wife and children. So if a government deduct any sum of salary payable to the government servant, then the amount limited to 20% of salary, up to 20% of salary of the deferred annuity can be deductible under section 80C. Next, contribution by an individual to a notified pension plan, pension fund set up by mutual fund or UTI. That is for the pension fund set up by mutual fund or UTI, then can claim a deduction. Next, 10th one is if any payment made for the purchase or construction of new residential house property. So any payment made by an individual or HF for the purchase or construction of new residential house property, they can claim a deduction. In that also condition, any payment by way of installment also can be deductible under section 80C. If the payment is made by way of installment or any repayment of loan is taken for a new residential house property, for that any repayment of loan is made, then for that payment 80C deduction can be claimed. Or any stamp duty, registration fee and other expenses incurred for the new house. For the new house, if there is any expenditure, registration or stamp duty, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C. But there is a note: payment made for cost of land. For the land there is no deduction. For this is a note is given for not deductible. Payment made for a cost of land is not deductible. Only for the new residential house property. Only for house property it is deduction can be claimed. But payment made for any cost of land is not deductible. Or any renovation of house, extension of or repairs of the house after completion. So this deduction claimed only for the new residential house property, not for any renovation of old house or extension of any old house or repairs of the house after completion. Then they are not eligible for deduction. Only for the payment made for a new residential house property can be claimed under section 80C. Next, interest accrued are also not deductible. Here for interest on loan taken for a residential house property, interest accrued is not deductible. Then repayment of loan to relative is not deductible. Repayment of loan is deductible. That is for only for the financial institution, not for a relative. The loan is not taken from the relative. If it is a repayment of loan is to relative, then it is not deductible. The loan should be from the financial institutions or bank or financial institution. Next, 11th point is amount deposited in home loan account scheme or national housing bank. If an individual takes a deposit in home loan account scheme, then they can claim a deduction under section 80C for those deposit. And interest accrued also eligible for deduction. There interest accrued also eligible for deduction. Next, 12th one is payment by an individual for tuition fees. If an individual make payment for the tuition fees of their children, then the tuition fees, the deduction can be claimed only for tuition fees other than developmental fees and donation. Donation and developmental fees is not included for claimed for deduction, only tuition fees, and that tuition should be taken from any educational institution situated in India. For the full-time education, the education should be full-time education, and in respect of any two children, the deduction can be claimed only for two children, not more than two children. Next, 13th one, term deposit of a fixed period of 5 years or more with any scheduled bank. Previous one is post office term deposit, that is of 5 years. This is a term deposit with scheduled bank, that is 5 years or more, they can claim a reduction. Next, last 14th one is subscription to notified bonds issued by NABARD. So if there is any subscription to a notified bond issued by NABARD, then they can claim a reduction under section 80C.